Did Justine dog her mother yet again for the 15th season ever? Let's talk about it, shall we? Life After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 16.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers to my new system and users. All of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for auntie advice. Sweet old. It's time for auntie advice. It's time for auntie advice. Sweet old auntie advice.
Y'all, let's get into this episode of Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup. So I am breaking these down again, okay? So you can click on the ones that you want to see. I'm going to be too long to combine them into one video because it just gets extra long. So anyway, let's talk about Justine. So on this episode of Love After Lockup, we see Justine with her two oldest daughters going to try on a wedding dress. And she gets to the wedding. She says that the reason why she wants to have this wedding is because her children were not able to participate, if you will, in the ceremony. She wants to see them in pretty dresses and all of that. Now, Mike had already come up with an idea for them to open up a barbershop, yet another entrepreneur venture that Mike was going into. Justine is willing to not pursue something that may be long lasting. I doubt it. But I mean, something that's long lasting that will cost them $60,000 that's basically thrown out the door, as opposed to starting a venture which will cost them $40,000 more. Anyway, we don't know how Justine thinks, but let's continue. So she, is on her way, to the shop. Mike says that he is allowing her, a budget in order for her to buy herself a wedding dress. And he has limitations on some of the cards where he is actually going to get a phone call or an email or whatever to authorize Justine to use the credit cards. She says that, since Mike has given her this opportunity, she is going to take it and, just do what she do with the whoop whoop and the boo boo boo. So she, having 9 kids, okay, flies out to New York City from Vegas to go and look for a wedding dress. When Vegas is one of the capitals of the world for weddings. There's a wedding going on in Vegas almost every 5 minutes. So why Vegas would not be a spot for her to get a wedding dress, I don't know. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. Anyway, she has her daughters with her. And of course, she is happy that her and Mike mom are getting along together with one another, because that gives her an opportunity to have an in-house babysitter. Now, they said that Michael's mother's house burnt down. I thought it was a room in the house. I don't know. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. Y'all probably know more about this than I do any day of the week. And so she is traveling out there. They get to the place, and she says the most expensive wedding dresses are in the middle of the floor. And so she is trying on dresses, and I could have sworn I saw the daughter in a dress, and she comes out with a pure white dress that is ill-fitting, because of course we all know she has just had another baby. And so she is self-conscious about her body, feeling as if, she got that push. She's saying that she got a couple of months to get it together. However, when she talked to her mother, she said it was going to be sometime in July. So did they already have the wedding? Like, this is stupid. So anyway, she is, basically blaming her mother. She is a perpetual victim, in my opinion. And the disrespect that she has for her mother is unbelievable to me. Justine takes no responsibility for her actions, for like nothing. Not even in her marriage relationship with her husband. Excuse me, y'all. I got a tickle in my throat. She just doesn't take responsibility. So she tells us that she was married to her son's father for 10 years. I don't know if it's both of the boys or one of the boys. I don't know. But she said that she was married to him for 10 years and that at her wedding she wore a black dress. And for me, I can see Justine in a black dress. Number one, trying to be rebellious against her mother, who probably did not want her to marry the guy. She said that this was something that she knew she should not have done, but she married him anyway. So why wouldn't she wear a black dress? I don't think that she wore a black dress because she wasn't happy. Okay, y'all. Wait a minute. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to get that together. Um, she says that, this is something that she did willy-nilly. I think that she was being rebellious against her mother. She might have married him at night and thought that black was the look. But I don't believe anything that Justine says because she is, in my opinion, always the victim in something. Yet she has control. She said that the relationship that she has with her mother is complicated, and that is putting it nicely. The relationship she has with her mother is horrific coming from Justine. And let me tell you why I say that. In this particular episode, Justine went back on her past. She started talking about why she was giving so much attention to the kids. And I don't think she gives that much attention to the children because Michael's daughter just said 2 episodes ago that she doesn't feel heard. And I don't believe that she doesn't feel heard by just her dad, but Justine as well. I think that she probably has a problem and complications with talking to Justine about anything because we saw them when they were prepping for Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. When they were prepping for a Thanksgiving dinner, we saw her disregard what the girl was saying, right? Trying to tell her, don't worry about school and all of this. We got you and wooty wooty woo. So you're not even listening to the girl's own reasoning about why she's feeling the way that she's feeling and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, like, where have you been in this girl's life? But I digress. So, she starts talking about, her past and how her mother, brought her up in pageants and that she had to be perfect and all that kind of stuff. That is what comes with pageantry. That is what comes with wanting to be an actress. That is what comes with wanting to be a dancer. That is what comes with entertainment. And the criterias and all of the demands and what you're supposed to look like and be like and hold yourself like is not a reflection of your mother, but in what you were doing. And I'm sure that this was something that you enjoy doing, Justine. Let me look something up real quick. Let me look something up real quick. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, y'all. Does anybody know? Wait a minute. Let me look. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Okay, so she grew up in Rhode Island. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to find later on. It's going to be my job to find out which one she was in. So, so she's sitting there, right? Because she grew up in Rhode Island and she was a teen. If she was in pageants, she was born in 1987. I'm sure we'll be able to find pictures of Justine. Justine is saying that she had to be perfect. Pageants say that you have to be perfect. That's who says it, not your mom. Pageants say that that's what you need to do. But of course, all of this is her mother's fault. She said that her mother gave her everything. She was born basically by a single mother who was giving her putting all her energy into her child like we do for our children. The audacity to come out and say that your mother did something wrong when I'm sure that every freaking star and sun and moon sat and rose on you in your mother's eyes. And I'm sure that you are a disappointment to your mother when you got married. And guess what? Parents get to be disappointed, but still love you. Parents still get to be disappointed and still make sure they have your back. That's what parents do. And guess what? Parents get to work. They get to have their own life when you get grown. Now, from my understanding, Justine is living in the house that her and Mike are living in because of her mother. So she sits there with Michael's mother. As soon as she says something that Justine doesn't like, she gonna read her for filth and blame her for everything that's going on in her relationship too. Okay? Because this is the kind of chick I believe she is. All of this is my opinion. So Justine sits there and talks to Mike's mother about, being disappointed by her mother and all this kind of stuff. Guess what? You're a disappointment too, Justine. You are a disappointment too. You dropped out of school and quit a nursing job to be a housewife and someone on Love After Lockup, probably making $1,000 to $1,200 an episode. You're getting paid a quarter of the year, allegedly. You ain't got no residual. You don't have no royalties off this got show. But here it is, you had a nursing job. And because you got this man coming home from, you know what? Okay, Auntie, you gotta calm down. She act like her mother don't work. She act like her mother doesn't have a life. So she tells his mother, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't know if I want her to come to the wedding or not. You probably want her to finance something because now that you're talking about going to New York or wherever you plan on having this wedding, now you want to call your mother probably to get some coins to deposit. Okay, you're probably going to try to guilt her into paying a deposit on that because your mother go out there to work and it seems like you're the one that sits there and spends it. And your mother is supposed to drop everything she's doing, swallow what she is chewing, to run out there for something she didn't know about. We watched Justine talk all that yickety yang and talk about my mother say anything wrong or something I don't like, I'm cutting her off forever and they never calling her back until you need some coin. And then didn't they say that Mike is worth $2 million? I know I read that somewhere. So you don't need to call your mother to ask your mother to do nothing. Now here it is, the mother, she had the baby. She had the baby. Because her mother could not stay there at the hospital and had to get back to her own life, I really needed her. Well, guess what, Justine? Ain't nobody tell you to have a baby. Second of all, where was Mike? Where was your husband? Where was the nursing staff? Did you ask your mother to come and take off work? Take time off to be there? Your mother does things for you, but I've never seen you give her credit for anything. And y'all don't mean to be shouting, because I'm like shouting at this point. I've never seen this girl say one nice thing about her mother, but every time her back is up against the wall or it appears that she needs money, now all of a sudden her mother's good enough for her to call. Did y'all hear her in this particular episode where she said she had not talked to her mother in 4 months? Didn't even know her mother's phone number by heart. That is a complete smack in the face. Here, your mother gave you everything you wanted, but what you wanted, what she gave you wasn't enough. And you blame your mother for having self-esteem issues, having a nasty attitude. She calls her mother. Don't ask the mother, how's your day? Hey, mom, nothing. What you doing? What's going on? And then the tone of it is just like I'm talking to you, but you're the bottom, you're gum on the bottom of my shoe. You're the last thing I ever want to do. The last thing I ever want to do is call you. And it appeared from the mother answering the phone that the mother wasn't even at home. But you know what you do as moms, you put everything down for your kids. So she took the call. Well, you know Michael and I are getting married. The mother said, this is the first time I've ever heard of this, Justine. What are you talking about? Your mother, 4 months. She came to the party. She came to when you had the back. Like, what are you doing? Like, nothing your mother do is good enough. Leave your mother alone, Justine. Why crap on your mother on national television? And I know it would be very easy for me to say, Mom, leave her alone. But that's your child, that's her child at the end of the day. This woman sacrificed her fucking life for her. Where's her father? Where's all the men that was in her life? Why Justine clinging on to life with Mike? And it has the audacity to say, okay, y'all know I like audacity, has the audacity to say, that's probably why I pour everything into those kids. Don't look like it to me. Justine, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And if your mama was nasty, you nasty. Because you have not one episode taken accountability for Justine. Me and my mom can't sit down and talk about stuff. I wonder why. When you call your mother and you don't even greet her with a salutation, you don't even say, "Hey, how you doing, Mom? What you doing?" I would hate to get a phone call from you. Matter of fact, you will be on my block list, on my do not disturb. Every time you try to call, you get the voicemail. And you will have a special voicemail set up right for you. What you want, what the you want. If you calling me, you want something. I'm busy and I ain't got time for you. Don't even leave a message after the tone. Because you're nasty. You have no appreciation for your mother. You call and tell your mother that the two of y'all are getting married. The mother's like, I've never heard of this. When is this supposed to be? Sometime in July. You don't even have a date. You couldn't give your mother a date so that she could put it on her calendar at work, since she did continue to be a doctor, a nurse. You couldn't tell your mother that? Well, we're gonna be looking at venues and so get ready to go and look at the venues. You didn't even ask your mother. Thank you so much, baby Philly Fox, for the $4.99 super chat. I just tuned in at dinner in another country, and Jasmine's mother ain't got it to do with her. Absolutely, boo. Enjoy your vacation. I saw y'all pictures. Look like y'all in. Okay. Have fun. Tell everybody I said hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Well, hello there, boo. Hey. Like, this is ridiculous. The way that she treats her mother. And when all her mother said was not a no. She didn't say a yes. Let me know when it is so I can make arrangements. That's it. That's all. That's what a person would do. And now you sit up there crying. Your mother didn't tell you no. And the tears, they're fake. They're as fake as you and Mike on this show, in my opinion. I think you and Mike are the phoniest mother that we have ever seen on this show. Your storyline is tired, dry, and through. And I'm going to tell you right now, Justine, I am sick of you and Michael with the bull. I don't know why they keep recycling y'all, other than the fact that they want to get on our nerves. That's the only thing that I can think as to why y'all are still on this show, is because they want y'all to continue to be a thorn in our side. Neither one of y'all are talented enough to even fake a good fake storyline. Child, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone with these mother. This is it's out of control. The way that you treat your mother is the same way them kids gonna treat you times 9. I was getting ready to say the same thing, Miss Truth. They're the new Brittany and Marcelino. Just won't go away, but eventually they will. And hopefully Michael's $2 million will sustain the mother. They get on my nerve. Like, y'all can't even fake a fake storyline. And now all of a sudden you getting married and it's costing $60,000. And y'all make it seem like it's a whole lot of money. But I done already said before, if you was doing it here, it would cost you double or triple that. You ain't spending no real money. And where's the barbershop man that went down on his Instagram and put his star of Love After Love? What the y'all so fake. This is so fake. I'm sick of the way that this girl talks about her mother. You should be upholding your mother, especially since it appears that word down in the curb is she didn't pay for the deposit on your house. Because you and Mike ain't had them little cheap dresses. And even when she was getting ready to get married to Michael, and they rewinded back to that daggone episode that she was in, right? And she had this dress on, and then was talking about the dress not being able to go through the sensors. And she could have wore a sweatsuit. Yeah, because what you had on was ugly and cheap. Thank you so much, Crystal Nicole, for the $5 swim chat. Auntie, they got 50 kids and lazy. They are going to keep coming on the show. Okay. Okay, Nicole. Okay, Crystal. I'm going to stand down. Like what? This is some bullshit. What y'all saying? She needs to get a job every time her kids are holding her kids, taking care of them. What does she actually do? Clean your house? No, because we see her house is not clean. That man just disappeared. Who needs a 60K wedding? Shaking my head. I could pay off my mortgage with that money and have a nice little reception with the change. Okay. You should say now for the Dollar Tree decorations and Dollar General refreshments. Okay. And even when you go to weddings like that, when people are sincere and they just getting married and stuff like that, and they don't want to spend a lot of money, that's wise. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they may be trying to do a mortgage, build their retirement fund. Ain't nobody got $60,000 to be throwing into no wedding, and you sitting up here on Love After Lockup. You ain't got it like that. NASA, you know you ain't supposed to be here cussing like that. So I'm gonna have to NASA. What's that? So let me find out y'all cussing in the chat when Ray Della ain't here. NASA. Uh, oh my God, I did not mean to ban her. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God, what I do with NASA? I gotta get NASA back. I ain't mean to ban you, NASA. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. I did not mean to ban NASA. Oh my God. Nessa, I'm gonna have to go back to the thing. Oh my God, how do I get Nessa back? See, Nessa, I'll go back. Nessa, I will go back and bring you back, boo. Oh my God. See, you can't be cussing in the daggone thing. And Ray Dell ain't here. I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go back and get Nessa. Let me make sure I write down what her name and stuff was. Hold on, y'all. That's why y'all can't be cussing like that. Nessa, I survived. Let me take a picture so I could go back and bring her back. Make sure it came up. Okay, I got her. Thank you so much, Annette, for being a member for 21 months. Where is Nook Nook Dog? I'd rather watch them. Okay? It just don't make no sense how phony it is. Anyway, um, I know, I know, Tamika. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video at this. Let me go back here and try to get Nessa back up, y'all. I'll be back with my next video. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what y'all thought about this. And thank you so much to baby Philly Fox and Crystal Nicole for the $5 super chat. Love y'all. I'll be right back. Bye.